Hi guys, wanted to touch on something that's actually not necessarily related to longbows and things like that. However, I think it's very, very important. I was invited, which I'm not a tournament type shooter or I don't shoot the 3D events and things like that. I'm working out of town. Obviously, I'm in my RV, and I was invited by the president of a 3D range up here in Northeast Texas, and to come out and just shoot. So I went out and paid my entry fee and enjoyed the event. They had good food and good fellowship, and it was great. Um, I was put in a group with some other like-minded guys that shoot longbows and shoot recurves and stuff like that, and we totally enjoyed the round. Um, this video is 100% about a safety moment. Um, Longbows, like hill style bows and ASL bows or whatever you want to call them, they're pretty common and a lot of people shoot them and stuff like that. Uh, what I want to talk about is just safety. Um, you know, if if you don't have a if you don't know how to build your own strings, uh, that's a safety factor. You should pay attention to that. If you don't have good or a reputable shaft builder like Rose City Archery or some of these places that actually build these shafts and stuff like that, when you're talking about wood shafts and stuff like that. And I'm going to make a video about how to orientate your shaft whenever you're not putting the knock on it before you fletch the arrow and stuff like that. I'll make a video about that. But anyway, this group that I was shooting with, there was 5 other guys, uh, and one of them. I mean, they're all great guys. They're all about my age or a little older. I'm 56 years old. These guys were at least my age and some a little older. I noticed one of them uh, early on after he introduced himself to me that he had his right eye was, you know, something was wrong with it. Didn't bother me, I mean, that kind of stuff happens. Um, he was probably, I know he was at least my age, maybe a little older. Um, didn't even distract me at all. We had a great conversation, and he shot great. He was shooting left-handed, and he was uh, hitting a target. This guy was, shooting really good. Uh, I didn't find out till later, after he had left, and some of the other guys, and matter of fact, the president of this, little association over there, he we were sitting around talking and after the round and everything else, and I didn't find out till later that he had gotten his eye put out stringing a recurve bow. And I said, "Oh my gosh, how long ago did this happen?" And he said, "Oh, it's only been a couple of years ago." And I thought to myself, how does that happen with somebody that's in their late 50s? How could that possibly happen? And I just want to touch on this, okay? I want people to be aware, especially new archers, people that are getting into traditional archery, whether it's a longbow or recurve, whatever. I want to touch on this. You see people, including me, string their bow with their foot and their hand, and they slide the string up, and the bow's strung. And let me demonstrate that real quick. Um, this is this is a longbow. All right. It happens really quick. You always make sure that the string is in the grooves on the bottom, and you literally just rest it against the inside of your foot, and the bow's strung. It's that simple. Um, recurves are a little bit different. Um, Years and years ago, and even now, I do have a recurve, but it's got more of a traditional handle on it. But even now with a recurve, and I used to do the thing where you stuck your leg through the between the string and the bow, and then you pull the bow over and then you string it. All right, I used to do that. I've done it. I don't know, 1,000 times probably. But I will tell you, it's an extremely dangerous uh, action if you don't do it properly. And what's worse is what happened to this man. And little did I know, because I really, I'm not up on statistics or anything like that, but little did I know, but the president of this archery club uh, informed me that it happens about once a year. Somebody gets their eye put out. Um, I would never ever advocate for taking a recurve and sticking the tip of the bow in the crotch of your foot and trying to slide the hand your hand up and string that bow. I would never advocate that. Um, I've done it before, but I've always known it was kind of, for the lack of a better term, I've always kind of known it was sketchy doing it that way. Um, because what happens is, if you're in the summertime when your hands are hot and sweaty and stuff like that, uh, you don't have such a sure grip on the bow or whatever. That's very dangerous. And case in point is the gentleman that I met today. I had no idea how he got his eye hurt. I knew his eye was put out, but I had no idea what happened to him, and I didn't find out about this till later. Guys, ladies, uh, whoever's watching this video, please, please observe caution and be careful whenever you're stringing your bow. Longbows, they seem really easy. Look, it's that simple with a longbow. But with a recurve, you literally have the point of that bow pointed right at your face because you're looking at it whenever you do it. You have to be extremely, extremely careful with that. I These days anymore, I highly recommend some sort of stringer, high quality stringer. If it costs you $25, if you can't make it yourself, if you have to buy one, buy yourself a stringer. Because what happens is people that are doing that with a recurve bow, uh, if their hand was to slip off the side or slip and not the bow wasn't completely strung, a recurve bow is pointed right at your face, and you could easily lose an eye. And that's exactly what happened to this man. He was a complete gentleman, and he had converted to shooting left-handed because he got his right eye put out. And he was, I never even thought for a second that this guy was, I'd talked to him and I could see, obviously, he had an injury to his eyeball because it was just, glazed over. But I had no idea what happened to him, so it's none of my business. But I was really kind of surprised and shocked after he left that a friend of his told me what happened to his eye. Recurve bows, longbows, this equipment is not to be taken lightly. Please observe the safety involved in this. Please, learn the proper way to string your bow. Again, and I already said it once in this video, but again, a longbow, and I'll do it again, is that simple. Okay? But a recurve, you are literally putting yourself in danger trying to string a bow like that. Buy yourself a stringer. Buy yourself a quality stringer. Buy the most, maybe not the most expensive. That might not be the best one in the world, but buy yourself something that is quality. It's made out of leather, made out of good quality materials before you hurt yourself. And the worst thing that I want to ever see happen to anyone that is trying to enjoy shooting traditional archery is to hurt themselves to go out and go shoot, traditional archery. I don't mean to ramble on, but I implore you to observe safety. These are deadly weapons. These bows, longbows, recurves, wood arrows with sharp points on them, they are deadly weapons, and you must observe that. You have to. You can hurt yourself with them. Don't shoot strings that are not properly made. Don't attempt to take shortcuts with strings and stringing your bow and stuff like that. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Because eventually it's going to catch up to you. And this gentleman today, I can't even describe his demeanor and his overall. He never even acted like that he was having a problem. He was shooting his bow left-handed, and he was just, shooting lights out. I can also assure you that he'd probably rather not that happened. So these bows and arrows that we hunt with and that we shoot every day are to be taken seriously. Be very careful, okay, guys, ladies, kids, whoever might be watching this, be very careful with this equipment because it can hurt you. I'm sorry for kind of rattling on about this, but I just want to make sure that people understand, just because it's a piece of wood and it's got a string on it does not necessarily mean that it won't come back and bite you. Okay? Buy yourself a stringer. If you're shooting a recurve, and I don't care what kind of recurve it is, if it's a traditional recurve or a 50 style recurve or a ILF or whatever it is, please buy yourself a good quality stringer and use it. Do not, just because you see somebody else doing it, don't do that because it could hurt you. And I have a lot of respect for this gentleman. He had completely changed his entire shooting style because of this accident. But accidents can happen. So that's just a little tip that I have. And I'm sorry that it kind of got off track a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure people were aware of that. Longbows and recurves are not, they're as safe as you make them, and you can hurt yourself, or you can hurt somebody else with them for sure, because they are weapons. So anyway, I'm gonna stop my little rant here, but anyway, please guys, be careful, take care of yourself, because other people are depending on you, and hopefully you have just a great experience and have fun shooting your bow. Um, anyway, thanks guys. I just wanted to throw that out there. Please take care.